Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on harvesting left-wing tears on a daily basis. Well, another left-wing narrative falls completely apart. It's been years that Democrats have been trying to convince the people that Donald Trump is no longer popular, that Donald Trump can't fill stadiums, he can't even fill small venues. You see groups of raging leftists, otherwise known as journalists, going to all of Trump's events, getting there 6 hours early and taking a bunch of photos of the empty stands, and of course, dishonestly attempting to promote the narrative that nobody's showing up to his rallies. They've been attempting to push this narrative for how long? Pretty much forever. Well, I guess the conversation at this point is totally settled. There's no longer a discussion, no longer a debate. The optics battle between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump continue, and let's just say Donald Trump is proving all the fake news critics so deeply wrong. After nearly 100,000 people showed up for Trump's rally in the blue state of New Jersey. Not only do people show up to Trump rallies, but they show up in mass, they show up in droves, even in blue states. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So what have I been saying over the last couple of months? I keep saying that 2024 seems like a 2016 repeat. It seems like something's brewing beneath the surface that's really only going to show up on Election Day. What exactly makes me feel that way? Well, it's this. Holy frickin' moly, I thought Donald Trump was on the decline. I thought nobody liked him anymore. You know, I keep hearing all these leftoids going on and on about how all of his cabinet picks and his staffers and former aides, they've all turned on him. Trump isn't popular anymore. They kept telling us he had a weak performance in the nomination process, even though he swept the whole thing with record numbers in some states. Supposedly, Trump's on the decline, but Trump's most recent rally looked like frickin' Coachella. I don't know, if I was Hillary Clinton, I'd be panicking right now. I'd be pressing the panic button. I'd probably show my face on MSNBC and talk about how Donald Trump is gonna usher in the end of the world as we know it. Obviously, if you're a Democrat, it's time to frickin' panic. And some Democrats, well, they already are. Like Democrat strategist James Carville, for instance.
In Trump's more ahead than he's ever been. Fewer people think January 6th was any kind of what it was, as an assault on the temple of democracy, the Constitution. I don't know what you want to say. It's going the wrong way. It's not working. Everything that we're throwing is spaghetti at a wall, and none of it is sticking, me included. And it's hard when you starting your 80th year, and you know, like anybody else, I have an opinion of myself, and the opinion I've come to is I don't matter. It doesn't matter. You can prepare, you can be on TV, or you can write pieces, you can have a YouTube channel, you can have a podcast, and nothing. And you know, we gotta try to think of something different, because what we're doing is really, really not working.
It's almost as if some Democrats know exactly what's coming. They know that something out of their control is about to happen. It's obviously pure speculation, but just think about it. I mean, let's put it into perspective here. 100,000 people showed up to a Trump rally in New Jersey, of all places. Something is going on in New Jersey and New York State. I mean, we saw Trump showing in Harlem, then we saw his campaign event with New York union workers, and now this? President Trump said that he was going to make a play for these two states, and I guess he wasn't kidding. And the Democrats, well, they don't know what to do. Just as James Carville said, they're throwing everything at him, and nothing is working. Nothing's sticking. Their old tactic of claiming that Donald Trump literally murdered me.
Hey, Terry! Terry, here's the words, here's your words.
I was murdered.
You were murdered. Okay, you obviously weren't murdered because you're alive and you're basically intact. You weren't murdered, buddy. You weren't murdered, buddy.
My skin is stolen.
Is no longer working. The whole Donald Trump is gonna jail us journalists. Donald Trump is gonna end democracy. It's old, it's tired, it's worn out. And most importantly, no longer is it working, no longer is it appealing to the most important voting demographics. And speaking of voting demographics and this continued Democrat election nightmare, or hypothetical election nightmare, this New Jersey event wasn't just special because of the amount of people that showed up, because of the sheer scale and significance of it. It was also a special event, as the DNC's worst nightmare unfolds in New Jersey. NFL legend Lawrence Taylor walked up on stage openly endorsing Donald Trump and vowing that his entire family will, quote, never vote Democrat again.
I just want to say, I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what, he will not have to worry about nobody in my family ever vote for a Democrat again, okay?
I mean, wow. Just wow. It's a culmination, the meeting of two concepts. The concept of Blexit, the black exit of the Democrat Party, what's referred to as leaving the Democrat plantation, and just the powerful energy of the Trump campaign that the Democrats don't know how to deal with. Their strategy of trying to convince the American people that it's not happening clearly isn't going to work when these kinds of events, their lies about Donald Trump's declining popularity, clearly won't convince anyone after that showing. And keep in mind that this is just the beginning. Donald Trump just got started because, well, the election season just started. The nomination process just wrapped up. We're only officially getting into the election season now, and pretty soon this whole hush money case is going to wrap up and most likely lead to another Trump bump. And so just think about what's to come. More of those Harlem-style events, more of these New Jersey-style events, and maybe a flagship Madison Square Garden event, as Trump has previously alluded to. It's the Democrats' worst nightmare happening. They're stuck in a really tough position because obviously they can't match it. Joe Biden doesn't have the same kind of charisma, he doesn't have the same kind of stage presence, but most importantly, he doesn't have the ability to speak, let alone speak to 100,000 people for 2 or 3 hours straight. And so the Democrats have a very, very big optics problem. And clearly, Trump is surging, possibly beyond what the polls are suggesting. I don't know, just a hunch. I mean, that rally was wild. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.